Hey there, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell.
Hey there, friends. How we doing out there? We're live. It was Friday, June, and we're going to follow AMC and GME into the close. I know a lot of people are trying to keep an eye out for those particular names in the meme stock plays, and we're tracking it right now. As you see here on the left of my screen, I have AMC currently at 49.93 and down today 2.79%. And to the right hand side of the screen is GME, which is currently trading at the 249.08. One of the things I wanted to show you was right here, we're looking at the options chain for AMC. And basically for today, which is expiring today, we can see that we have 62.7 thousand volume. So that is a lot to leave on the table to pay out, and it just the 21.8 on the next strike up, but the 51 strike, the 52, 26.9, and so on and so on. So I'm thinking they're going to try to peg it down there around 48, and I've got that indicated right here. This little box goes from 48 down to 46. So we'll see how that plays out as we go along. As we are in a bounce at the moment, so if you're into this name, fingers crossed for you. I just wanted to cover that. So we'll do that. And we'll hop over here and run down some of the other lists to the right-hand side. Looks like BlackBerry's down today, 11.87%. Some of the other ones we were watching, Coin, which is Coinbase, down 2.7% for the day, heading into the close. And let's flip over here to some crypto while we watch AMC. We'll just keep AMC live on the left-hand side. So let's have a look at BTC/USD. We'll switch over here to the 4-hour time frame, the normal one we track here. Waiting for my support levels to come back up. Not going to happen. So we'll switch this over. Pardon me 1 second. We'll put AMC on the right and do crypto over here. How's that? Try this go. There we go. Now we have our normal screen up here, 4-hour time frame for BTC/USD. Try to zoom in here and get some of that clutter out of there for you. So we are looking at support to hold up at the, get that stop loss out of the way. Looking at support to hold 37,392.32. And I'm sorry, that was our resistance level. Let's get that adjusted. There we are. So support down at the 36,258.60 and resistance at the 37,467.65 for BTC.USD. And we'll have a look here at Ethereum, ETH/USD. Support unchanged from this morning, 2589.32. Resistance still up there at the 2714.17. And let's continue to keep an eye over here. We're going to watch, a lot of folks are watching this into the close here, AMC. Moving on to BNB/USD, Binance Coin. Binance Coin, little breakout here. So we got all the way up to the 398.08 and resistance down at the 364.96. As we did get our two cross, we had our 12 and a 26 cross on our moving averages. Let's move on to Cardano, ADA/USD. I'll try to keep an eye on the time as well. We get about 25 minutes into the close in the stock market. So ADA/USD, 1.610 is support and resistance at the 1.692. Moving on to PolkaDot, DOT/USD. So we're going to look at resistance all the way up at 25.98 and resistance support down at the 23.807. As we did get the 26 and 100-day cross as we mentioned this morning. So looking for some more upside potential for PolkaDot. Let's have a look at the Doge. Doge is now traded on Coinbase for all you Coinbase folks out there. They listed it yesterday. And I meant to announce that this morning, but I did not get that on the show. So looking at 0.4010 resistance, and get on up into the evaluation zone, 0.3777 for Doge. Let's move on to Litecoin, LTC, USD. Litecoin, we have support 170.71 and still have resistance up there to 180.56. And all these moving averages converging on themselves, so we should get some more certainty coming through technical analysis here. So we'll move on to LINK USD. Chainlink. Still have support 27.37 and resistance up there at the, we can kind of go up that. I think we're going to get through that one. The 29.60. there's a dot right in my face. Hilarious. So XLM USD. We have support at the 0.374 and resistance up coming back through at 0.394. Let me switch AMC back over to, I had that on a 10-minute, I think it was. So we can kind of keep a closer eye on that bad boy. There we go. Let's look at Vechain, VET, USD. We managed to climb out a little bit further up the ladder here, so we're looking at resistance 0.1337 and support level now up there 0.1266. Moving on to FIL USD, and we are looking up at resistance 92.50, I should say, and support is down there at the 85.447. And Filecoin is up 1.67%. One of the few green alts today. Moving on to Storj, STORJ USD. Storj still holding support 1.06 and resistance. Managed to get all the way up to that 26-day moving average. So 1.124 is your resistance level for Storj. Let's move on to IOTA, Internet of Things. And looking at IOTA, 1.1737 as support and resistance up there to 1.297. Head over to Comp, COMP USD. Comp 389.388 is your support level. And now we're trying to get back up through previous resistance, 406.52. Moving on to basic attention coin, watching the time. We got about 20 minutes left on the closing bell. We're looking at support at the 0.7296 and resistance there at the 0.7730. Head on over to Ethereum Classic, ETC USD. Ethereum got all the way down to 61.48 and new resistance level climbing up back through the 66.216. So as you can see here on AMD, we are still kind of going sideways into the close. Right now we are at 49.70. So we'll keep an eye out for that for you. Let's move on to MANA, MANA USDC. Support level at the 0.7721, resistance now all the way up to 0.8290. Moving on to ZIL, ZIL USD. We have support at the 0.1200 and resistance slightly above now. We can actually go up to there to 0.1296. Looking over NU USD. NU having to go, holy cow, it's up 39.42%. That one slipped right past me. So that trade working out really well here. And we have support at the 0.362, resistance all the way up at the 0.518. That's NU USD, up 39%. Moving on to NMR USD. Support 45.39 and resistance 47.97. Let's make that a little bit. We'll redo that 48.405 on that previous high there. Heading on over to the graph token GRT USD. And we have support at the 0.772 and resistance all the way up now at the just underneath that 26-day moving average, so 0.8166. Let's have a look at Uniswap UNI USD. And 25.446 is your support level now, and then looking up to the 26.82 for UNI. Looking at AAVE USD, we have support at the 350.06 and resistance up there at the, didn't want to move that. If I can catch that. Kind of a little more difficult with less working space here. There we go. Up there to 376.170. Moving on to MKR USD. MKR holding support at the 3519.74 and didn't quite get through resistance, so we have to remark that coming down. Lots of wicks in this particular name. 3681.89. Let's have a look at MATIC, MATIC USD. It's down 10.53% for the day. So MATIC holding support there at the 1.598 and still have resistance up at the 1.697. RSI almost got to the oversold, so almost got us a good bounce in there. Looking at SOL USD. We're keeping an eye over here to the right, on the right hand side at AMC, start to drop down to 48.32. We're about wrapped up here with crypto. We'll jump over there and give that all of our attention into the close. So support 34.934 for SOL USD, resistance 38.573. And heading on over to audio, we're going to move into some of these NFTs. Audio, we have support at the 1.0502 and resistance 1.109. Have a look at CHC USD. And support at the 0.2566 and now have resistance down there slightly lower at the 0.270. Looks like we still have AMC bleeding off on us a little bit, so we're almost done and we'll jump over there, folks. Looking at Theta, THETA USD. We have support at the 8.22 and resistance at the 8.946. Looking at ENJ, BUSD. Support 1.4268 and resistance now at the 1.50. Wrapping up here, almost done. ONE USD Harmony 1, support 0.0914, resistance still remaining at the 0.0987. So pretty much we had to go up there, but ran a little sideways. And then wrapping up here with PAXG USD. This particular coin is pegged to gold. And so we added that day before yesterday. So we're doing pretty well with this. So pretty happy with it. It's up 1% roughly. Good hedge for inflation. So we're looking at 1877.71 support and resistance still at the 1890.38. And then we'll switch back to the single screen here for you. 1 second. And we'll get AMC up here. And let's see how we're doing. All right, we'll switch to where we're going to go. 10-minute, 5-minute time frame. So we'll get in here pretty tight. And like I said, when I began here, I did look at the max pain on these strike prices for today's expiring option chain, and it looks like they don't want it to be in the 50s. or above, because there's a lot of volume up in there they would have to pay out. So it makes sense that they would want to peg it just beneath 46 here, and that's kind of what we're doing. Going to try to blow out some stops on each direction. Going into the close, we have 15 minutes left. For AMC, so if you're out there, give me a 1 in the chat, or if you want me to do a ticker for you real quick while we're waiting on the closing bell, pop it in the chat over there. I'm happy to do so. Those that are watching on YouTube or some of the other platforms, just send me a message. I'll see if I can get to some of them for you. Yeah, that's a good point. So we'll look at BlackBerry real quick. BlackBerry was on the list of meme stocks this week. Had a lot of it run up, and unfortunately it bled out pretty hard. But how I played this one is basically I sold. What did I do? Yeah, I sold covered calls up here at just above this 100-day moving average. So that was going to work out pretty well. So BlackBerry is down 12.09%, and looking like going into the close, it's going to be around 13.95 in price. And anybody else? Coin's another one. This is Coinbase. Pretty much sideways consolidation. We did have a leg down or two on the climb down in here. So we're going to look at 228.65, the current price, down 2.14% for the day. And a quick check in with AMC. Trying to stay alive. We're at 48.90. And we're caught right in between this 26-day moving average, which is this blue line, and the 12-day moving average, which is the red line. And looks like volume is starting to dry up a little bit as well, going into the close. And how I played this one, this is just of course no financial advice, but I did a credit spread puts. So a put credit spread, and I think you can see it if I zoom out. This red down here would be my break even. If it went into this red, I would lose. So doing pretty well, so pretty happy with that. For AMC. All right, a quick check here in the chat and then over here. All right, let's have a look at, we have some other ones that were, I think I've got that one in the watch list here. SWCH. This one's still in a nice uptrend, as we still see the 12 over the 26 over the 100-day. These are all moving averages. I'll tell you what I could do for you. If you've never watched this show, I'll put in a link for you. Once Nightbot populates that, there'll be a link on how I do all my charting and the indicators and how to set it all up and those kind of things like that. So back on AMC. Suspense is up there, folks. So we are at 48.65. Let's see, yeah, the volume's increased up to 70.7K on the 50 strike. And as you can see, they certainly don't want to pay that. They don't want that one to be in the money, unfortunately. And it gets, it's 24K, 29, 26, 22, 74 up at the 55. So lots of expiring options up here today. So I'm targeting around the 46-ish area would be the least amount of payout. And okay, anybody else out there as we go on? NIO, okay, let's have a look at NIO. We have NIO on the watch list here. And we'll go to the 4-hour time frame so we can see a little bit more clearly here. NIO's in a good uptrend. And you can see where we've touched the 12-day moving average and bounced up. almost made it down to the 26-day moving average. So we have a lot of support underneath us. So NIO's looking in good shape heading into next week. A little tiny cup and handle as well, right here on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, how are we doing on time here? 10 minutes. Having a look at Square. 10-minute time frame. As you can see, we have the 100-day on top of the 26, on top of the 12-day moving averages. So that's usually indicative of downward pressure. So it's going to trend downward. So now has to get above this 12-day moving average, and it's going to encounter the 26-day moving average as resistance plus the previous price and a 100-day moving average up above. So NIO's got some work to do. I'm sorry, not NIO, Square has some work to do moving into next week. So it's up 1%. So it's trading right now 213.56, heading into the close. Anyone out? Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Let's look at Mind Medicine, MNMD. I think this is the mushroom company, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. MindMed. So we'll switch over to the 4 hours, see what if we spot a trend or anything like that. I did put the fib on this one at one point, so there's a Fibonacci. We can actually change that around just a little bit. So as you can see, we did get up to 341, that's your pivot high, and then retrace back down to the Fibonacci, got all the way down to the 0.786. So that's indicative of uncertainty or hesitation, I should say. So watch out for higher lows, higher highs on the way back up. Very lightly traded, low volume. So not a whole lot of interest in this particular one. Peeking back in, AMC. Switch it to the 5-minute. And we're coming right into where I expect us to go, into the close. So we're at 47.78. So trying to shed that 50 strike. And let's pop in on a few more. I got some more time. Check my phone here. Dale, okay. Dale had a little go today. Got up to 103.46. It looks like we're going to close up there on the high. And what do we got up to? Yeah, 103.57 was the high today. So Dale up 1.71%. Nice cup and handle forming here as well. And we got the 12 over the 26 over the 100 days. So all the moving averages are in good shape. Decent volume. I don't know if there was any news. If someone can send me a message, if you're, or on YouTube, you can type in the chat, but email me or message me. Let me know what happened with Dale. Let's look at some of the other ones. Space. Okay, that one was on our watch list as well. Space, kind of doing some consolidation up here. Having some difficulty, as you can see, getting above that 12-day moving average and falling back on the 26 as support. So we're stuck in between those moving averages. But going into the close here, we're looking at 31.21, up 0.5% for the day. Check it back in on our friend AMC. Switch to shorter time frame. And there is a support level right here. Actually, a pivot low we can target. See if we get a bounce off of there coming in to the close. Let's have a look at volume. 311.78 million traded today of AMC. Quite a bit of volume moving around. And so currently sitting at the 47.94. And let's peek over at the option chain real quick. And if you're wondering, this is Tastyworks platform. I really like the platform. I use it quite often. You can now trade crypto on there. If you weren't aware of that, you can. They've added a bunch of names. At first, you could only trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and one other, the one that we don't ever mention, Bitcoin Cash. But now there's a whole list of new names on there. There's Basic Attention Coin, a lot of the ERC20 tokens. There's no Doge on there, but it's coming. So yeah, it looks like we're all the way up to 72.9 thousand contracts in volume on this 50 strike for AMC. And I don't see any puts piling in down here. So it looks like, yeah, they're going to try to get us down, walk it down to about 46, maybe 46.50. Into the close, we've got about 4 minutes left here. So we'll see how it works out. And so still got a few more minutes here into the close. If you have any tickers, if you want to send me some. Was that one? Oh, what is the ticker for that? mRNA. Myrna. Yeah. Moderna. Yeah, Moderna's doing here. Yeah, Moderna had a nice day today. Up 5.66%. Nice steady uptrend. We are getting oversold. I should say overbought. So be cautious of that. And so we're probably going to need to come down and retest this 12-day moving average and get some kind of consolidation up here for some continuation to cool things down for mRNA. Going into close, it's 206.11. Back to AMC. Back to 5-minute time frame as we are starting to get there, folks. I think we have about 3 minutes left. That is correct. We'll see how close I am. As I indicated when I started, I expected it to land somewhere in this, what is that, kind of a yellowish box I drew, rectangle. And we'll see how it works out. RSI is in good shape. It did come down, got oversold at one point. Got a nice bounce of it as you see this support line I've drawn here. Good bounce off this pivot low for a nice little gain there at the end. So that'd be a nice little day trade real quick. If you're doing those kind of things. We're down to 2 minutes. Let's see. And then I do anticipate once the bell is rang, it should pop. Because basically option trading stops at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern time here in the United States. And then they're going to pile in on some shares. And we are right at 48.02. Let's see. So we're going to be on the 48 strike. So you see the difference here. It's 9.8 thousand contracts as opposed to if it was on the 50 up here, 50 strike, it would be 74.6 thousand, 7,000 now. People are starting to buy it even more into the close. As we're on the last minute here, the excitement continues here, folks. Let's go into the 3-minute time frame. $47.84. The 47.5 would be ideal for the folks that makes the markets. They want to inflict the most pain possible. Unfortunately, but that's how it works. We got 10 seconds. And I'll stick around a few more minutes. We'll watch the activity as we wrap into the close here. And you should hear, there's the bell. And it printed at 48 even. How's that? So post market, it's already up to 52.39. But that was the print was $48 strike here. So that was there's 9.9 thousand people contracts that particular strike. And on the call side, on the put side, 16.7 thousand. So that's kind of what we anticipated. That's how the cookie crumbles. And we'll see here. Yeah, we're up to 52.39 aftermarket. And holding steady. Well, folks, I appreciate you stopping in this special edition. I did want to help a lot of folks that contacted me today about AMC. I don't normally trade that one. I know it's very, very extremely popular on Reddit and the meme stocks, part of the GME thing. But it's a tricky little thing to handle. So I hope you played it nice, and we'll see how things work out next week. That's going to do it for me today, and I'll see you in the morning at the Crypto Morning Show. Before you go, though, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share this with your friends, and I appreciate it. Have a great evening.